Hi everyone, welcome to this fourth edition of Microsoft Monday. In this video, we'll learn how to get the most out of Microsoft Teams by providing you with some helpful tips and tricks. Now, in order to get started, there are two versions of Microsoft Teams. One is considered the light version, accessed from your Office 365 account, and the other is going to be considered the full desktop version, which is going to include all of the functions and functionality that you could use that's only found in the desktop version of Microsoft Teams. Now, in terms of tips, you're always going to want to support digital literacy skills with your students. So, if a student is having problems accessing their Office account, always reinforce that the use of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols all count. So, if you are continuing to have problems with logging into a team session, please contact our help desk or our TELT team, and we'll be happy to further assist you. Tip number two, keep the software updated. We always encourage you and your students to use the full version of Office Teams when possible, but if you happen to be having issues, we do recommend by clicking on your icon symbol or initials to click on the check for updates option. What this will do is to ensure that the latest and greatest software is always installed on your personal device. Tip number three, keep organized with meeting links. We recognize that you're always going to have a series of meeting links throughout the instructional day and week. And if you are co-teaching with colleagues, you're going to always want to include their full name directly in the participants list, along with indicating a location where you want the meeting to occur. So when you are establishing that meeting location, always click on meeting options to set the lobby settings and who can present. The lobby is a holding place where only you as the teacher will allow students to enter the meeting when you so choose, and the ability to present, meaning upload, let's say, a PowerPoint presentation, can be either set to only me, meaning you as the teacher, or provide that to others, including colleagues and students, if that is your wish. Tip number four, avoid multiple invite links. As I mentioned before, this can be confusing that over a period of time, you're going to have a series of meeting links, which can be confusing. So we're going to recommend that instead of creating individual links that you create a meeting series. So the idea here is that I want a meeting to occur every day between 1:30 p.m. and 2 p.m. By clicking on the meeting series option, you can indicate the frequency of this meeting, either be it every day, Monday to Friday, weekly, or monthly. How this looks like is in the screen capture. So if you see that the active meeting link has now occurred by seeing the join button, that indicates that the meeting is now live. So if your students see the join button, they have the option of clicking on the button to access the current meeting. You'll also notice that on the upper right-hand corner is the Meet Now button. Now, this can be confusing because you want to try to avoid two meeting links in the same location. So a tip I want to provide is only provide one meeting option. So if you are going to use the meeting link, you're going to want to set the lobby setting to only me so students will not be able to access the Meet Now button. Tip number five, promote collaboration and group work. So by creating something called breakout rooms, you now have the ability to create up to a maximum of 4 breakout rooms that will allow students to collaboratively work in a current session. So in order to create that current session, under the Meet Now button, when you click on that, you're going to notice that there is a little webcam dialog that will occur in each of the breakout room sessions that you enable this for. So when students click on the Join Now button, you will have the ability for students to enter a session where they can work collaboratively up to a maximum of 4 breakout rooms. Now, the newest session of breakout rooms was recently released as of December 2020, and this provides the teacher the ability to not only create a number of breakout rooms in an active session, but either automatically or manually adding students directly within those breakout rooms. And in order to have this newest session, you have to have the newest software available using your personal device or on a board laptop. Number six, adding and managing users. This is where from the ellipsis symbol, you have the ability to manage your team. So by default, teachers will always be considered owners. Students will always be considered members. If you want to upgrade a guest or a student as a presenter, by clicking on the ellipsis symbol, you can do that directly within an active team session. You also, as our last tip for today, can insert Office applications. So if you are a OneNote user or you like using the Office whiteboard, by clicking on the plus symbol, you now have the ability to use these popular Office applications directly within the team session. So there you have it, folks.